Unlike my septum, my Medusa wasn't something I was super excited about or something that I had planned ahead of time. It was more like, yeah, sure, why not? That would look cool sort of deal. I got it from the same place I always get my piercings, and the experience was no different from when I got my septum, except that the piercing hurt less. So this is coming from somebody with little to no pain tolerance, by the way, so with the Medusa piercing, you want to rinse your mouth with mouthwash 30 to 50 seconds after every meal. Non-iodized sea salts can be used in place of the mouthwash or in conjunction with it. You need to do that for the entire healing process, and keep in mind that's going to take about 6 months. This is a very time-consuming piercing. You gotta rinse your mouth with mouthwash after every meal for 6 months. So if you're not willing to make that commitment to your piercing, to taking care of your piercing, then I strongly recommend going with a different piercing. To minimize swelling though, you can suck on an ice cube, just help with a little bit with the swelling and the pain whenever possible, especially within the first 48 hours of getting it pierced. Slight bleeding and bruising and discoloration, it's going to be, and tenderness is going to be normal. Typically these symptoms will subside about 1 to 2 weeks after getting it. And this may scare you when you first see it, but you may see a yellowish, whitish fluid secreting from your piercing, from the piercing site. It's perfectly normal. It actually helps with the healing process. So it's nothing to be afraid of. It also secretes inside of your mouth, but since your mouth is moist, you don't really, feel it. So, yeah. It can also form crusts around the jewelry of it. So you might want to go ahead and go to Walmart or Dollar Tree, pick up a soft bristled brush, and just brush the site and clear it of any crusts or discharge. If you have any problems with the swelling, if it gets too severe, if it's just unbearable, you can always take anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, aspirin, drugs like that. You can pick them up at Walmart, the dollar store. You can pick up pretty much anything at the dollar store. Any pharmacy, and that'll be okay. Try switching to a more of a bar style piercing, just so it won't be scraping against your gums, which it tends to do with getting caught on your teeth. So after the 6 to 8 weeks have passed and you can change your jewelry, I strongly recommend doing that, because the latch on it, if that's what I remember correctly, if that's what it's called, it will scrape against your gums. It will hurt. So your best bet is kind of getting a bar style piercing. Your Medusa is going to cost around $30 to $50, and you can change it within 6 to 8 weeks, like I mentioned, with very little jewelry variation. They don't really have many styles for this type of piercing, but they do have some. So, and I hope you got a little more information, learned something new about the piercing that you didn't already know. So, yeah.